Greetings, greetings, Yamada. How is everybody feeling? This is Illuminated Light. We are sharing and shining light. Today is a beautiful day. The wind is kind of heavy. I'm gonna do the best I can. Try to keep this camera straight. Oh my God. Okay. So anyway, today we are talking about 5 things that causes hair loss plus the solutions. Let's talk about it. Okay, everybody. I want to first introduce myself because I want to make sure that I'm staying persistent with that. I am your doula, also known as Audrey. Audrey is my real name. I go by your doula. That's Audrey said from the right to the left. I am a hairstylist and a health fanatic. I really enjoy doing hair. Hair is something that I'm really passionate about. And I noticed that on my channel, I'm talking about more health and spiritualities and things like that. But I want to make sure that I make more videos about hair. So the first thing that I want to mention that could cause hair loss, especially during this pandemic, is stress. We're all stressing about numerous of things. And of course, this pandemic is the number one thing. We have to wear masks and, make sure that we're keeping our hands sanitized and things like that. And just making sure that we're staying clean and staying, far away from getting sick. But if you're dealing with that along with stress of your relationship or stress, just on bills and family members or things like that, that could cause hair loss. So be very careful of how you're feeling on the inside. Just check yourself, you know what I'm saying? Just go within yourself and ask yourself, am I really stressing about something? Because sometimes you can stress about something and not really know that you're stressing. But the solution to this, you can go and get a massage or go and do yoga or go and just take a walk through the park or even take a vacation. Now those are some solutions that you can use to get rid of stress. Now let's go on to the second thing. The second thing is that could cause your hair loss is medication. Now medication, we all know that is a chemical. And that medical terminology book is about that thick. I remember years ago when I went to school for nursing aid, that had to be like in 1994 when I went to school for that. But the medical terminology book was about this thick. I don't know what it is now, but I know back in the day it was about this thick. And we already know that all of those medications, they all have side effects. So just think about it. If you're taking medication and in your stomach you have acid, and those stomach acids mix along with these medications, because doctors, they aren't perfect. So you're eating these things, you're taking this medication, and you got stomach acid inside of you. There's no telling how it's affecting your body. I know that it's weird, but I'm gonna say it anyway. I do not trust doctors. I have seen where, and it goes on every day. The cure doesn't make them money. But if you're sick, they're getting paid. So the cure, the money isn't in the cure, the money is in your sickness. So most doctors aren't gonna, just go that extra mile to figure out what's really going on with you. They're gonna give you this medication so you can make a prescription every single month or every chance you get when you run out, so they can make some money off of you. But if you're cured from your problem or your issue, which is, them getting to the root of the problem, you don't need them. And guess what? There won't be no need for no hospitals or no doctors or medications. The solution to that I would like to mention for, and I'm not a doctor, I'm just a hairstylist. hairstylist that really cares about health. I care about my health. I care about the people's health around me. So I would like to share this information. If you're on medication, just do a little research to find out what kind of side effects your medications are causing. And also do research to find out what can you eat that's natural that will help you in your condition. Now, the third thing that I would like to mention that could cause hair loss is dry scalp. Now, I understand that we are busy people. Everybody got to get up every morning. You got to get out and hustle or to go to work or to run your business. And a lot of times you don't have time for your hair, or, you just don't know what to do when you have a dry scalp. And a lot of times people, they go and wash their hair. But if you're going to wash your hair, you already have a dry scalp or flaky scalp, and you're going to wash it, guess what you're doing? You're causing more dryness. It is good to get you a hydrated shampoo if you're going to be washing your hair. That way it doesn't strip all the natural oils out of the scalp. You will still have natural oils there and your hair will be clean. But the solution also to dry scalp is some kind of moisturizer. Now, your moisturizer can be a grease or a hair oil. But know this, if you're using a hair oil, it only lasts for so long. Your scalp gonna eat it right up. But if you're using a hair grease, it gives you that time that you need, because if you're using a hair oil, you're gonna have to oil your hair almost every day. But if you're using a hair grease, at least you can do that two to three times a week and you'll be fine. Or sometimes you could do it once a week. It just depends on how persistent you are and how your scalp is doing. Now, if you have really, 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 really dry scalp, you need to make sure that you're greasing it at least 2 to 3 times a week to make sure that your scalp is well nourished. And there's another thing that I would like to mention as a bonus is that make sure that you are massaging your scalp. You're lining that grease up between those parts and things like that, and make sure that you are massaging the scalp. That way that grease and and all those botanicals or herbs that's inside your grease, they're getting down in the scalp. And you can also wet the scalp just a little bit if it's dry, or if it's freshly washed. You don't have to worry about that because it still has some kind of moisturizer in there or some kind of wetness on it. But if you don't have anything on there, take your little spray bottle, mist your hair a little bit, the scalp and the hair a little bit, and then grease your hair and go in there and massage it in. And you'll notice when you massage that grease into your scalp, that hair stay moisturized longer. Now, the fourth thing that I would like to mention that could cause hair loss is poor eating habits. Now, I know in this world, they really push, fast food. Everybody is busy. We're running around, making sure that we're getting to our jobs, or, we're busy. So it's easy and convenient just to drive up to a drive-through and just pick up something to eat real quick and in a hurry to just get what we need and keep going. But in the long run, it's going to cause some kind of issues in the body. So it's important, to take out time for yourself. Go to the grocery store, get you some fruits and some vegetables, like your apples, oranges, mangoes, pineapples, cantaloupes, grapes, strawberries. Get those things. Nourish your body with those things. This is the way that you will have a healthy body so you can grow healthy and strong hair. Poor eating habits like eating chips, or let's say you're eating a lot of fried food, or even pastries, pastas, white rice. All these things are things that have artificial sugar in it. And artificial sugar slows down the absorption of protein. I know you heard it before. Protein is what the hair needs, or the scalp needs to produce healthy hair, or the body needs to produce healthy hair. So, but what we didn't know is that if you're eating sugar, and that's refined sugar, which is that white sugar, it slows down the absorption of protein. So be very careful of that. If for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, that's how we taught to eat. Who said that we really supposed to eat that way? But we are taught to eat that way. So if you're eating for breakfast, let's say you ate a honey bun for breakfast or some kind of cinnamon roll for breakfast, that's white flour, which turns into sugar into the body. And let's say for lunch, let's say you did a sandwich with some chips. That's white bread again. And then for dinner, you did, maybe some, meat along with Alfredo pasta dish. That's sugar all day long. So if you're eating sugar all day long, just imagine, because all those things I just mentioned, when you eat them, they turn into sugar. So if you've been eating those along with sugary drinks and all day long, your body has been slowed down on the absorption of protein. And we need protein to produce healthy hair. The last thing that I would like to mention, that is the fifth thing that will cause hair loss, is pulling. Pulling, y'all know what I mean when I say pulling? Pulling is when, let's say you went to the salon and you got your hair done and you got some single-leaf twist or some kind of braid style. If that hair is pulling to the point to where your eyes feel like they stuck wide open, you may cause some kind of hair loss. Or let's say that you had to take medication because, when you got home, your scalp was hurting so bad that you had to take an aspirin or a pill or Advil. That could cause hair loss. I had a client, this is way back in, let's say, 1998. This is when I had my salon in Atlanta, Georgia. I had a client to come to me. She brought me her niece. Her niece had went in and got her hair braided. It was so pretty, nice and neat, you know what I'm saying? But right down the middle of her head was a part. And in that part, her scalp was inflamed with red and green pus. My heart went out to the young lady, the little girl. And I told her, I think the little girl, she had to be maybe 18, maybe 17 years old. And she wanted to know what can she do in a situation like that. I told her if she want to keep some of her hair, she's going to need to take that down. But this is something that we see all the time. We're not really aware of what's going on. If your scalp is being pulled to the point to where it's causing some kind of redness, or you see inflammation or pus or any kind of blood, take that down because it's going to cause some kind of hair loss. I understand that you have spent a lot of money on getting your hair styled, and a lot of those braids are really, really pretty. But if you don't take that hair down, you're going to cause some kind of hair loss. And that also goes for ponytails. If you went ahead and got your hair styled, and let's say you got locks and you went and got your hair styled, and whatever style that is in is pulling. You have a ponytail or a bun or something like that, it's pulling. You're gonna need to let your stylist know that, hey, this hurt. I don't want to take no pills tonight. Can you loosen this a little bit? Yes, if you don't get it loosened, just know that it may cause hair loss. All right, everybody, this is the Illuminated Light. Those are my 5 things that will cause hair loss. We are gods and goddesses co-creating our lives through our words, thoughts, and actions. Stay woke, everybody. Love yourself just a little bit more. Eat healthy and enjoy this life. Peace and love. Yamada.